Alright, so looks like my glue is getting old. Almost done my first gallon. I do need a new gluing dispenser, but so what I need is rag, glue applicator, my glue holder, and I almost forgot my water. All right, back at it. Okay, got my water, got my toothbrush, got a rag. So let's pull you closer. There we go. Ah, I know I forgot something. Okay, welcome to Jeepa Woodworking. Back in the shop again today, 2 days in a row. Yeah, I'm gonna cut up some wood today for legs. I'm gonna give them rough cut 34, 36 inches. I need roughly 31. So I want to make 1.5 inch by 2 inch legs. Of course, I'll trim them down to probably 1.5 inch square, and then put a taper on them. But I got to glue them up. I don't have thick enough wood, so we're going to do a glue up and go from there. So I'm going to cut some 36 inch rough cut pieces and then rip them down to 2 inches wide. Clean them up on the joiner and glue them. And then I can make my side panels and then start working on my drawer. And then I should have the pieces I need to start assembling and make it look like a little table. I'm thinking of putting some nice, make some molding also for a skirt around the top so things don't fall off the table, like makeup and stuff like that, on 3 sides. It's just to give it a little extra design. I always like trying something new. This is an opportunity. So there you go. All right, here we go. Let's see. Can you see everything? Let's move you a little closer. There you go. And yeah, I'm gonna cut on the my miter saw. Open up my dust collector port. Close this one from my joiner so we can isolate. hopefully you can see some of that. Cut 8 pieces. So what I want to do is, all right, so I'm going to do a glue up. I got my clamps. One of the tricks that I found from other woodworkers online is, in order to preserve my glue up clamps, I tape them. I just happen to be using painter's tape called frog tape. So what you do is you just put a piece down once you figure out where your clamping surface is, and then what it does is it stops the glue from getting directly on the rails of your clamps. That way it saves you cleanup, and all you gotta do is pull the tape off and you're good to go. Let the glue settle on the tape if there's any spillover. So since I'm going to be doing 2, 2, and 2, no, so I got 6 inches of clamps. So what we're going to do here is we'll set it up so that I got a little bit of tape right in there. Now just simple as, so maybe 5 inches of tape. And all you gotta do is just lay it down and just fold it over and you're good. That way you're not fighting with your clamps in the future. I mean, for a roll of $10 for a roll of tape, it saves you headaches in the future, and that roll will last you quite some time. So, yeah. These clamps aren't cheap, so you want to, preserve them. One of the things that I have a hard time doing is putting stuff away immediately when you're done with it, because cleanup is always the tough part. So let me get my brush, my water, my toothbrush. Nice and clean. My glue. So what we're going to do is, all these are going to fit right in here. Once you get everything lined up the way you want it, and you try to want to clamp these so that you got even, close to the edge, a couple in the middle, and what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to glue one face, put it together, drop it, pull the next one, glue one face, put it together, drop it, and then so forth. So and then glue it, clamp it evenly. from there. General amount of glue, you want a good even surface. Spill out, you want to be able to see the glue squeeze out. That's the beauty of woodworking, is it looks like pieces of wood now, but eventually it's going to be a nice piece. Hopefully I'll get a couple new videos posted today. I don't know exactly how I want these legs to look yet. This is a design as I go. I've got an idea in my head on how it may look. Since I'm making it for myself, well actually for my wife, there's no specific design. I would have loved to make it out of black walnut, but that would have meant me going to shopping, and I just wasn't up for that. Of course, these are longer than the finished leg is going to be. I'm leaving room for, you know, being able to trim the ends to length before I put a taper on it, because I'm going to rip it and plane it to size. Just to give it the even look. So I got those two, those two, those two, those two. Now, what I want to do is make sure that now they're pressed down. Pre-squeeze. I'm going to start in the middle. I'm going to get some clamps. This is just a the first squeeze. Now it doesn't take much pressure to glue wood. 100 pounds. These are capable of well over 600 pounds in clamping force. So don't need much for gluing, for pressure. You don't need to put, you know, all your elbow grease in there. So what I'm going to do here is cut a few pieces. All I'm going to do is I'll put one of those on, I'll use a different clamp. I like these. These have, this is just so that it'll evenly pull the sides down. It feels good to get back in the shop. I don't know why I didn't stay in the shop, other than I allow stress to get in the way. So all I'm doing is I'm making sure that I don't have any unevenness. Just keeping my ends from moving. So now I'm going to squeeze down some. My red ones are. Red clamps are crazy good. I got jet clamps and they squeeze nicely. Also the Irwin is nice. Of course, even though there may be some unevenness, which is fine because that width is going to get cut down. So I'm not concerned with a perfectly smooth piece that can get corrected. Like in woodworking, a lot of